So yeah, what all questions shall we see? Few questions from yesterday's assignment, and then I will show you one question on Geeks for Geeks Talk. Okay, this particular question I will be taking from GFG. We call it GFG. GFG means geeksforgeeks.org. That's a very famous website for all the computer science students and software engineers. So on this particular platform, we will use the platform's IDE to solve this question. Okay, before that, let me take a question. Write a program to reverse an array. Very good question. Okay. Yeah. So write a program to reverse an array. So given an array, say some random array 1 2 3 4 5, you once you do the reversal of the array, the output should be 5 4 3 2 1. Got it? If the input is 1 2 3 4 5, the output should be 5 4 3 2 1. So this is the requirement which we have to solve now. So this is the requirement. Okay, let us try to solve this question first. Class array reversal public static void main string args. Okay, so we have an array, say int array is equal to some random array 1 2 1 3 4 5 4 6 2 1. So this is the array. So output should be ulta 1 2 6 4 5 3 1 2 1. This should be the output. Okay, so already there is a solution from Angad here. Array I is equal to array dot length minus 1 minus I for the loop, for loop. But the loop should run from where to where, Angad? If the loop runs from I equal to 1 to n, you know what will happen? The array will remain the same. You will double reverse the array. Yes, the array should run only for half of the length. But question is, length by 2 value will be same for an odd numbered array and an even numbered array. For example, an array with 8 elements, length by 2 is 4. An array with 9 elements, length by 2 is 4. Did you get, Ratnesh? Did you get the concept? Yes. Now tell me, array should run from where to where? You have to consider all the cases. Even the array can be an even dimension, even numbered array or an odd numbered array. There is no specification. The user gives the array. We are not sure whether the user will give an array of 10 numbers or 20 numbers or 21 numbers. That's not sure. Your question, your solution should accommodate all kinds of array, but finally the output should be a reversed array. Got it? Let's start. Today I will show you usage of a function. How do we use a method to solve the questions? So say public int array reverse array. Okay, its input will be an array. Its input will be an array and it has to return the array. Now let me pass this array to that reverse array method. So Okay, now the code is basic code is ready. We have to now write the logic code to reverse the array. So like Angad said, let me write a for loop, and the for loop should start from I equal to 0, I less than something something. This is not known to me right now. I plus plus. So Angad said run the loop for the entire array, but a dot length, let me show you what will happen, and let me write a code. Int temp is equal to say a of I, and a of I is equal to a of a dot length minus I minus 1, and a dot length minus I minus 1 is equal to temp. I will tell you what exactly is happening here. So done, my coding part is done, and now I am returning the array after reversing it. So let me show you what will happen. Java C array reversal dot java non-static method reverse array. Oh, okay, non-static method. Okay, let me fine, it's a non-static array, but I'm in the same function, right? New array reversal dot. Okay. Just check the code. What was the given array? 1 2 1 3 5 4 6 2 1. And what is the output? 1 2 1 3 5 4 6 2 1. Same, right? Did you get Angat? If you run the loop from I equal to 0 to a dot length, the array is double reversing. The array is reversing 2 times, because of which we are getting the same identical array as before. So we have to make this by 2 by 2, but there is a problem. By 2 there is a problem. What is the problem? Let me explain. Let me explain a problem. So if there is an array of say 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 and 5 and 5, and the indexes are 0 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so tell me, array dot length by 2 will be how much? Array dot length by 2 will give me how much in this case? Array dot length is 5, 5 by 2 is 2. That means loop will run till this point. Fine. What about a even dimensional array? 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. In this case 0 1 2 3 4 and 5. In this case array dot length will give me 6 by 2, that is 3. Yani my code will run till which point? Till this point. Here my code will run till this point. Got it? Here my code will run till this point. So, but my code should run ideally till which point? Till this point. I want the code should run till this point. So if I want the code to run till this point, what can be done? What can be done? what can be done for the code to run till this point? Good question. So whatever may be the situation, if I take a dot length minus 1, a dot length minus 1 by 2, a dot length minus 1 by 2. If a dot length minus 1 by 2, if I do in this case, here a dot length was 5, so 5 minus 1 by 2 is how much? 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 by 2 is still 2, 5 by 2 is also 2, and 4 by 2 is also 2. It's correct. So just by subtracting minus 1 from a dot length is not changing my answer. What about 6? 6 minus 1 by 2 will give me how much? 6 minus 1 will become 5. 5 by 2 is 2. That's what I wanted. I wanted the loop should run till which point? Till 2. In this case, the loop can run till this point. See, 1 will be swapped with 5. 2 will be swapped with 4. 3 will be swapped with 3. What is the problem? What is the problem if 3 swaps with 3? No issue, right? There is no problem even if 3 swaps with 3. So in my code, instead of writing a dot length by 2, I will do minus 1. A dot length minus 1 by 2. That's it. If now I go and compile the code once again, and if I run the code, now you see it is completely reversed. Let me give a simpler example so that it will be clear to you. The reversal process: 3, 4 and 5. So I am giving only 5 elements. That means it's an odd numbered array, correct? Let me compile this code, execute it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It worked for an odd numbered array. Now let me give even numbered array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me compile the code again. And let me run the code once again. 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. There is an error. What's the error? What is the error? This is the error. A dot length minus 1 by 2. A dot length minus 1 by 2. That is the error. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If I give an odd numbered array, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Working, right? So this is the code. I equal to 0 till I less than equal to a dot length minus 1 by 2. I have to keep swapping the numbers. That's it. You can also do it using a while loop. Simply take another way of doing the same question. If you are confused about all this stuff, don't worry. There is a simpler way of doing it. Say there is a big array. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, there is a big array. Simply take a pointer here and take a pointer here. Take a pointer at the starting and take a pointer at the end. I will call this as I and I will call this at j. And run the while loop till the point I equal to j. Till the point I is greater than or equal to j. Till that point you keep running the loop. So what will happen? 1 will swap with 8. I will come here. I को increment करो, j को decrement करो, j will come here. 2 will be swapped with 7. I will come here, j will come here. 3 will be swapped with 6. I will come here, j will come here. 4 will be swapped with 5. Then I will come here and j will come here. Now I is greater than j. The loop should stop. Got the concept? Now let me write the code. The same question in solving using a while loop. The same question I am going to solve now using a while loop. So let me copy paste this code. I will simply change the method. I will simply change this part of code. That's it. Write a program to reverse an array using while loop, using for loop, and here I am going to use using while loop. So just see what I do. int I is equal to 0 and j is equal to a dot length minus 1. That means j is at the last, I is at the beginning. While I is less than j, the code should compile fine. As soon as I becomes greater than or equal to j, the code should stop, the loop should stop. And what will I do? I will simply keep swapping the elements. How to swap? Take a temporary variable. Int temp is equal to a of I, and a of I is equal to a of j, and a of j is equal to temp. So I wrote a code for swapping the two numbers using a while loop, correct? Now let me save this code. I will call this as array reversal 1.java. Okay. I'll call this array reversal 1.java. I saved it. Let me compile and execute the code. So it compiled fine. Java array reversal. Seems that there is a issue with the code. Let me go back to the code. The issue is I did not increment I++ and I did not decrement j minus j. That was the issue. I solved the issue. Let me now run it. 7654321. 7654321. It's working fine. Now if I make a even numbered array, say 8 elements now. Let me recompile the code and compile it. 87654321. Yes, it's working fine. So array reversal, I have shown you two ways of solving it. One is using a for loop and the other method is using a while loop. Okay, I hope you got both the methods. This is how you can learn to use both the loops, for loop and while loop. Both can be used to solve almost all the problems. Just you have to ensure which concept to use in which case. That you must be clear with. Okay. So the array reversal question is done. This question is done twice. Find the occurrence of an integer in a given number. Very simple question. I will give you 2 minutes time to solve this question. I will give you just 2 minutes time to solve this question. I want answers from you. I don't want to solve this question. It's a very simple question. Let you people take out 2 minutes of your time, use your heads and solve this question. Number occurrence .java. Occurrence is A and C. Yeah, I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Will this work for random numbers? Sivasai Reddy is asking, will my code work for random numbers? Why not? Why not? Why will it not work for random numbers? Just see. 7, 7, 4, 3. Okay, now it's all random, right? In this case also, let me add something in between. 1, 0, 9. I added something in between. Now they are all random. Now go back, recompile, run it. Is it not working? Just check, just cross check. Is it not working? 12109345678. It should become 8765439021. 8765439021. Working fine. Compile the other code for loop. See, working fine. Last 743 is also reverse 345 347 7654321. It's working fine for even random numbers. My code works in all cases. Doubt cleared? Shivasai Reddy? Yes, thank you. Will this work? What about Ritu? This says if array equal to number, count plus plus. Simple. Perfect answer. If n equal to array by loop. That's it. Tangle. Correct answer. So I hope I need not code and show you this, है ना? Do I need to code it and show? If anybody wants, please say yes. I will code and show you within the next 5 minutes. Quickly, फटाफट बताओ. करूँ कि नहीं coding? No, sir. Nobody is answering also. All are sleeping, it seems. How many of you are sleeping? Say yes, you are sleeping. Sure. This question I am not going to code because this is very easy question. This is your homework. Okay, let's move on. Check whether a given array of integers is sorted or not. Check whether a given array of integers is sorted or not. Check sorted.java. What does this mean is class sorted check public static void main string args int array. Say I have an array. Say if I have an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like this. Okay. Say I have a method, I have another method, public static check sorted method, and it takes argument of array. Okay, it takes an array as argument. Now if it takes an array as an argument, it should return something, public static boolean. Its return type is boolean, and simply I'll print it here, system.out.println of check sorted of array. So my question is, whenever this array is in ascending order, the numbers are in ascending order, it can be like this, no issues. Even now it is in ascending order. See, even the numbers can be repetitive, no issues. Still the array is in ascending order, correct? The array is in ascending order still, no problem. So if the array is in ascending order, this method should return true, and if the array is in descending order, array is otherwise either descending order or it is random or anything, it should return false. Returns true if array is in non-decreasing order, false in otherwise cases. So this is the functionality of this method. Return checked let it be return false. It should return something. Okay, it should return either true or false. So I give you 2 minutes time to think. Yeah, you also please think. Use same method as we used in finding largest element. Is it? Will that work? Ritu, will that really work? Can you tell me how exactly to use that method here? Ratnesh says less than equal to. To some extent Ratnesh seems to be correct. Can someone write the logic for me in the chat? One of you can write the logic for me in the chat. A Boolean returning function which will return true if it's a non-descending order. In all other cases it will return false. Ratnesh, you are right. Can you write the statement for me, complete statement? We have to use a loop, right? Loop use करना है कि नहीं हमें? Loop is needed or not? Yes, take element equal to 0. If any element was found smaller than element, will return false. No, Ritu, your logic needs to be improved a bit. If array I less than equal to array I plus 1 by loop up to array dot length minus 1. Okay, array I is less than equal to array of I plus 1 by loop up to array dot length minus 1. Perfect. Angad, perfect answer. Angad got the answer. His logic is perfectly fine. So what to do here? Very simple. For int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus, if array of I is less than or equal to array of I plus 1, is greater than array of I plus 1, return false. Just a minute. One correction here. Here it should not go till the end. It should go one position lesser than the end, because we are checking a condition I plus 1, right? So if the loop reaches the last element, then I plus 1 will give me array index bound exception. Array index out of bound exception, correct? So that is the reason I am running the loop till array dot length minus 1, not till array dot length. After this for loop ends, return false. That's it. Return true, sorry. That's it. Now my code will work fine. I have full confidence. Just see. CLS Java C check sorted dot Java check sorted check Java sorted check true. In this case it is true because 1 2 3 3 4 5 5 5 5 6 7 8. Perfect. Now if there is some deviation, now there is a deviation, see 8 7, now it is not in non-decreasing order. Now let me compile it. False. Got it? In all other cases it will give false. Only if it's a non-decreasing order it will give true. My function is working fine. Ratnesh, break not needed. Directly return the false value because that's the end. पर एक भी डेविएशन है मतलब वो फॉल्स होगा ही होगा, रिटर्न ही कर दो ना फॉल्स, ब्रेक करके बाहर आके रिटर्न करने का क्या जरूरत है, उधर ही रिटर्न मारो, रिटर्न विल डू द ब्रेक जॉब. गॉट इट रत्नेश? any doubts in this question, in the solution? Did everybody get it? सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं? Yes, Angad was perfectly right. Means even he mentioned where till I should run the loop, array dot length -1. That's perfect, है ना? So this was a easy question actually, not very difficult. So this also we solved today. Find the occurrence is a simple question. Move all the negative elements to one side of the array. Move all the negative elements to one side of the array. How to do this? Take 2 minutes time. Please take 2 minutes time and think, and let me know if you can think of an idea. So there is a random array which has all positive, negative elements and 0 also, everything is there in the array. Now say there is a method, okay, which takes this array as an argument, and it moves all the negative numbers, say, to the right side. It moves all the negative numbers to the right side. Something similar to the sorting of an array with zeros, ones and twos. Very little similar logic you have to use here. If you have watched the video of sorting the array of zeros, ones and twos made by me today morning, if any one of you have gone through that video, then you can easily answer this question. Let me see what people are saying. Okay, Angad has a thought. Ratnesh also has some thought. If array I less than 0. If array I less than 0. Array, I know how to catch the negative element, fine. You have to shift it to one corner. Array of h is equal to array of I, h minus minus. Angad is again Angad, can you write the entire while loop or for loop for me? Your code seems to be fine, but means I understood your thought, although your syntax, your statement is wrong, but I understood the concept you are thinking about. Seems to be correct. Can you write the entire while loop? While L less than equal to H. Perfect. Yes, Angad. Once again, Angad got the solution. Perfectly fine. Can others also think deeply about this? Let me first show you by drawing. What am I asking you? Okay. Say there is an array. Okay. And in that array, there are some elements which are negative. And some are zeros and some are positive. Okay. Now what I am asking you to do is, bring all the negative numbers to one corner. All the negative numbers bring to the corner. That means -3, -4, -5, -6, and everything else can be this side. 2, 0, 1, 2. Yeah. So I want you to do something like this. The order can be anything, I don't mind with the order. The order can be anything, I don't have any problem with the order. It can be 2102 or 2012 or 1202. This also can be anything, -6 here, -3 here, fine. Everything is fine for me. So this is what I am asking you to do. So my logic here is very simple. Take a counter here h. Okay? Take a counter here h. And this h should first of all find out a position till where negative numbers are not there. Negative numbers are not there. Why I am telling like that? Suppose there are some negative numbers at the last from before only, say -2, -1, something like this are there. Then my h should check here. This is negative, and this is positive. So my h should stop here. Okay? My h is something like that. Now in this case my loop starts from here I, and I check whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, just go ahead. If it is negative, just swap this with h. Just swap it with h and decrement h. H should come here. Just swap it with h and decrement h. That's it. But again, if h is decrementing, you should always keep checking if the next element is negative or positive. If the next element is negative or positive. If it is already negative, h should further decrement and come here. H should further decrement and come here. And now I will also increment -4 and 1, swap it. That's it. That's the solution. 2, 3, 1. Everything this side, -4, -3, -2, -1, everything. So all negative numbers to one corner. That is the solution I am asking you to do. So this will be implemented using while loop. While of array of h less than 0, h minus minus. So this loop will end at the point where h will find a value greater than 0 or 0, which will not be negative. There it will stop. And next loop, while I less than or equal to h, and this loop starts, and at every point I am checking if array of I is less than 0. If array of I is less than 0, selection. Let me select. Yeah. Fine. So while I less than equal to 0, less than equal to h, if array of I is less than 0, then swap. Then swap this element array of I with array of h. You swap this value with h and decrement h minus minus and decrement h minus minus. Else, in any other condition, you increment I plus plus. That's it. That is the end of the solution. it will work fine. That logic of h again checking in between, that is not required also. Even if it reaches a negative point, no point, it will be swapped with I, and if I is negative, it will not increment, it will keep swapping with h. It will keep swapping with h. That condition is taken care. So this code should work fine. So let me code this now for you. Let me code this and see if it works fine. So int h is equal to array.length -1, while array of h is less than 0, yani ki if it's a negative number, h minus minus. Okay, that's it. It will stop at a point where array of h is positive number or 0. That's fine. So in the other case, int I is equal to 0 while I is less than equal to h. Now if array of I is less than 0, yani if it's negative, then swap. Swap is how? Int temp is equal to array of I. Array of I is equal to array of h. Array of h is equal to temp, and I have to decrement h minus minus. In any other condition, increment I plus plus. That's it. Once this while loop ends, our task is done. Our task is done. Return the array. Return the array. So array is equal to move negative elements of array. For int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length, I plus plus, and system dot out dot print of array of I plus a space. That's it. CLS Java C negative elements dot Java. Java negative elements. See what happened? All the negative numbers came to one corner. Are you seeing this? And all the positive numbers are on the left side. All the negative numbers came to the right side. That's the question. So my solution is working fine. What about the last question? So that's the end of 9th question. Wonderful. Now we are left with only one question. Find the missing number. So this question, let me not solve in a traditional way, but come to geeksforgeeks.org website. Okay. I am copying this here. You can all access this here. Just go to protectedtext.com to get the link. Click on the link. You will be rerouted to this page, this particular geeksforgeeks.org page. Or else let me copy paste it in the chat also. Yeah, the link is here in your chat. Try this question. As soon as you start this question, a timer will start in below. If at all it's no timer. This is a basic question. It's a simple question. So go through the question. I give you 2 minutes time. Go through the question and try to solve it. Anyway, today's class already we exceeded time. Should I continue and take another 5-10 minutes to solve this problem? Is that fine, or should I stop the class? Fine. Continue. Yes, take your time. Okay. Yeah. Just read the question once, all of you. Take out 2 minutes time and read the question. Open it in your laptops. Don't just read in my shared screen. Open it in your laptops yourselves. Okay, got it? Who could understand the question? Let me know. Did anybody understand the question at first place? See, this is not a direct question. This is not a direct word to word question. There are some numbers in an array, please do something something and get the answer. No. This question says, this question is giving you a scenario. It is telling some story. And you have to understand the story and understand the problem in the story and solve that story, solve that problem. It's little complicated, right? But this is how questions will be there in your coding rounds in any company. They will not give you a question says please swap two numbers in an array. No man, they will ask you questions in this way in coding rounds. There are some stories in the coding rounds. Vaibhav likes to play with numbers and he has n numbers. What do you mean by n numbers? And one day he was placing the numbers on the playing board just to count them how many numbers he has. He was placing the numbers in increasing order 1 to n. But when he was putting the numbers back into his bag, some number fell down onto the floor. He picked up all the numbers but one number he couldn't find. Now he has to go somewhere urgently. So he asks you to find the missing number. Please don't use sorting. Sorting techniques are not allowed. So that is the first condition. So that is the first condition. Sorting techniques are not allowed. Yeah. So how to do it now? Sorting techniques are not allowed. So 1 to n numbers are there. We'll say n is 10. So what do you mean by 1 to n numbers? So an array is there which has some numbers. Yeah. Now these n numbers are shuffled here and there. Okay, this is how the array is. It's random. This is a random number. N is equal to 10 in this case. Okay. N is equal to say 10 in this case, and one of the numbers is missing now because only 9 numbers are left. And I am not allowed to use sorting, and you have to find out what is the missing number. What is the missing number in this array? You can't use sorting, and you have to find out what is the missing number. It's a very important question. Very important question. This question was asked in one of my friends' interview rounds, and the company was Informatica. Informatica company asked this question to my friend Raghavendra. Right now Raghavendra works for Microsoft Hyderabad. His package is 45 lakhs. So before coming to Microsoft, he cracked 3 more companies: Celigo, Informatica and ServiceNow. 3 companies. So in Informatica, he had 3 coding rounds, in which one round this question was asked. Although this question is a basic simple question, but people need to understand the question, and they should use their brains to solve it in a very simple way. Sorting is not allowed. Let me see if somebody could answer. Yes. Saddam Hussein, n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. N plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. Can you explain it better, Saddam? Ratnesh, yes, n is equal to number of elements in array, and n is also, see, if the numbering starts from 1 and if there are n numbers, so n should also be part of those numbers. If there are say 5 numbers and numbering starts from 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is also part of those numbers, right? So n is the number of elements and n is also a part of the array. For I equal to 0, y less than n, I plus plus total equal to total minus a of I. Total equal to total minus a of I. Yes, Saddam. I understood. You got the logic. But, how did you calculate the total? So total was calculated using this formula, n plus 1 into n plus 2 by 2. But why n plus 1? Why n plus 1? Yes, got it. I understood your concept. Yes, Saddam, logic is perfectly correct. Perfect logic. So let me implement that here. I will implement Saddam's logic here. Just see. So you may doubt, what is this? There is no main method. There is only this class in which there is some method. How will the printing? How will these values come from? Who will give these values? And where am I going to send this int? See, everything is here. The code is all pre-written. Input is given by the user, and all this parsing, everything is happening, and finally they are calling this function missing number. And what is it doing? The driver code is just printing it. You cannot edit this. This is uneditable code. This portion is uneditable. This is written by the developers, whoever wrote this question, created this question. They wrote. We can't touch this. We are allowed to only touch this part. So here I have to write the solution. So what is to be done here? So definitely, Saddam, definitely the length of the array is one number less than n. Here n is the total number of total numbers, 1 to n. N is the total number. So int sum is equal to n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1 by 2. That's it. This is a simple mathematics which we learnt in our childhood. If there are say continuous numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how to get the sum of all these numbers? 5 into 5 plus 1 by 2, that is 5 into 6 by 2. 2 6 is 3, 5 3 is 15. 5, 3 2 is 5, 4 1 is 5, and 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. Answer, correct answer. N into n plus 1 by 2. This is the logic. This gives me the sum. I got the sum now. Now for int I equal to 0, I less than a dot length I plus plus. Sum minus equal to a of I. Return sum. That's it. That's it. Just compile and run, check if it is working fine or not. In compilation it checks with some sample examples. Your output is 2, expected output is 2. And now let me submit the solution. When I submit, it will check with lot of samples. See, it is checking with total 335 sample, and yes, problem solved successfully. I could solve this problem successfully, and I am getting the score. My score is increasing here. Just see, my score is increasing here. I'll show you my profile. Let me open it separately. So just see, this is my world ranking on Geeks for Geeks. My world ranking on Geeks for Geeks is 5279. This is my world ranking in Geeks for Geeks. Earlier it was much better. Now because I stopped coding in Geeks for Geeks from a long time, my rank has fallen down like anything. But if I show you my profile, you will be impressed. Just see how many questions I solved on Geeks for Geeks. I solved total 546 questions on Geeks for Geeks, out of which basic are 158, easy are 279, medium are 95 and hard are 10. Actually medium I could have solved much more. So these are the number of questions I have solved, and what all questions I solved, what are the best questions I solved, that is also mentioned here. Just see what all best questions I solved, that is also mentioned. So I will tell you which year I solved. 2021 May. Just see the number of questions I solved. Just in 1 month I solved 144 questions. April 170 questions. March 227 questions. June 3 questions. You know why? Because on 9th of June I got job. After that I couldn't solve even a single question. So before getting job I could solve so many questions. Again in 2022 I started solving. Very recently. Yeah, in May I started solving some questions like this. Now I started solving questions on LeetCode actually. LeetCode is much better platform than Geeks for Geeks, but LeetCode is not suggested for very young learners. Young learners के लिए Geeks for Geeks is best. LeetCode is for software developers or even people who are a little pro in coding, who have done good coding on Geeks for Geeks. They can move to LeetCode later. So right now I started coding on LeetCode, very noob coder on LeetCode. My world ranking is very big. I am in some 10 lakhs. That's my world ranking right now. But yeah, I have solved recently 14 medium level questions, hard 2 questions and 12 easy questions. I just started. In April I did 1 question and in May I did some 2-3 questions. That's it. Okay. My dream is to become to get a rank below 1000 worldwide and to solve at least 500 to 600 questions here within next few months. This is my goal actually on LeetCode. So LeetCode, you go to this problem section, you will see so many problems. See, so many questions are there. If I have taught you some question, say arrays, just click on this topic arrays and you will get so many questions on arrays. If you are able to solve the first 10-20 questions on arrays, then you are perfect in arrays. That's it. Okay. Another good thing I wanted to show you is my ranking in the institute. I passed out from NIT Rourkela in 2015 and till now my ranking in the institute is 59. Anna, how many people are there in NIT Rourkela? How many people are participating in Geeks for Geeks from NIT Rourkela? Total number of registered geeks are 3285 from NIT Rourkela, and my ranking out of this 3285 is what? 59. So it's very good, right? It's much better. And my goal is to reach first person. My goal is to reach rank 1 in NIT Rourkela. I want to be rank 1 in NIT Rourkela. That's my goal. Anyways, too much of boasting. Let's stop that. So I hope things are clear. Where are you all? Did everybody get what am I saying? Ratnesh got it, Shiv Sai Reddy got it. Can somebody tell me how this code worked at first place? How this code worked at first place? Very simple. Very simple. 1, 2, 5, 3, 4 and 7. One number is missing. I can see that 6 is missing. That's fine. Now the array length is 6. Array length is 6 and the biggest number is 7. So n is equal to 7 in this case. So if I calculate sum is equal to 7 into 8 by 2. 2 4 ja 8, 7 4 ja 20, 7 4 ja 28. Correct? So I will start the loop from here and I will go one by one. And I will keep subtracting the value from sum. Sum is equal to 28 minus 1, that is 27. First is done. Second, 27 minus 2, that is 25. Second is done. Third, 25 minus 5, that is 20. Next is done. 3, 20 minus 3 is 17. This is also done. Coming to 4, 17 minus 4 is 11. This is also done. Last, 11 minus 7 is how much? Sorry, 17 minus 4 is how much? 13. So 13 minus 7 is how much? 6. Answer. Just return it back to the driver code. Finish. I hope you got the solution, right? Very simple. Got it? Yeah. So let us end the session here. I completed questions, a sufficient number of questions on single dimensional arrays, and I covered some good questions also. Basic questions, but good questions. Yes. So tomorrow we'll move on with our next topic. I'm confused whether to start prime numbers or matrices, two-dimensional arrays. That I will decide and tell you tomorrow only. I'm preparing a list of questions for both two-dimensional arrays, yani matrices, and prime numbers. So tomorrow we will decide. Sir, again send me class note link. Class note link. Okay. Chalo. Bye then. We'll meet tomorrow. Good night.